Good day and welcome to West Talk. Today's Tuesday, February the 7th, and we've got another great episode for you. This is the Events of the Month episode, so you'll find out what's happening in the area this month. And we've got an in-studio guest as well, newly elected president of the Greater Corner Brook Board of Trade. But like we've been doing all season, we're going to introduce you to a book by a Newfoundland author. And today it's Dear Billy, a World War II love story. And based on the full text of 92 letters written during the Second World War and beyond, Dear Billy tells the true story of a long-distance romance that began during the war and lasted a lifetime. Written by Roland Vern Plowman of Bay Roberts, Newfoundland, to his girl Lillian Billy Wenman of Toronto, Ontario. These letters follow a tank gunner's experience of training, combat, wounding, and return home. And published by Flanker Press and available to you at wherever you buy your books in Newfoundland. And we're going to be running you through the events of the month here from the Civic Center, the Arts and Culture Center, the Rotary Arts Center, and Grenfell Campus. And I'm happy to fill you in as well on some of the events happening at Marble Mountain this month. And coming up now in just a couple weeks, we have Jib Fest, which of course is a big collegiate event that's very exciting for folks aged 19 to 29. The main event is sold out, but tickets are still on sale for their big comedy show up at Marble Mountain. And there's a free event happening on the 17th, a show by Nick Earl, up-and-coming young Newfoundland rocker. And then on February 25th, it's the Corner Brook Winter Carnival Dance with the Navigators. And there's hundreds of tickets sold for that now, but lots of space because it's a nice big venue. And there's a shuttle option as well to run you into Corner Brook. So that adds to another great list of events that are happening in the city that we'll fill you in on a little later. But first, we're going to jump in with our in-studio guest. Very happy to have with us, no stranger to this studio, Mr. Ray Brake, the president of Greater Corner Brook Board of Trade. Ray, thanks for coming down, man.
Hey, Dustin, thanks so much for the invite. We certainly appreciate the opportunity to sit down with you, have a good discussion on what the Board of Trade is doing.
Yeah, and I know you're the president of the Board of Trade. Title is not something that you're known to be too hung up on, but it is a significant role and a chance for you, I guess, to contribute to the community in a big way. For the folks at home, though, who maybe aren't aware of what this is, can you explain what the Corner Brook Board of Trade is and kind of who's involved and what the point of it all is?
Well, the Board of Trade is a not-for-profit organization basically designed to help the business community in the region, to provide networking opportunities, to provide a voice of advocacy for the member businesses, and also to provide group member benefits, insurance benefits, so that employers can avail of it for their employees and whatnot. And just a forum where members and non-members can attend different functions that we would normally have on a monthly basis, ideally, where we would bring in invited guests, that are pertinent to certain industries that are relevant to the region, and give them an opportunity to gain insight on certain trends that are happening in the area, and also, like I said earlier, provide network opportunities in those forums as well.
So how do businesses get involved in it? Is it are all the businesses in Corner Brook who are like tax-paying businesses part of this, or do people just elect and join?
Well, if a business in the area or outside the region would like to join, there is a cost associated to join, but we feel like the value that we give back for that cost is certainly worth the while.
Yeah, well, I guess the cost is the resource through which you can provide these opportunities and networking functions and speakers and all that. Obviously, it takes money to make that happen.
Exactly. We do have one salaried staff position, which helps keep things, to a certain standard that we want to adhere. The rest of the board, it's a volunteer-based board, and so we're excited to have the new board in place. And we're actually having our first board meeting this evening.
Oh yeah.
So we have to go through those formalities and then of getting them onboarded, quote unquote, and also look at what opportunities there are. We want to sort of give everyone a full chance to, put forward ideas. We have to. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results.
Yeah.
So we want to create, I guess, an environment where all the board members, the board of directors, can put forward ideas that they want to us to consider, and therefore see what would bear good benefit for the members, and perhaps put those forward.
Cool.
if it works.
And so how long have you yourself been involved with the Board of Trade?
I got into GIS consulting in 2010, and around 2013 I started getting into this crazy old thing called digital billboards. And I recognized that, my market is going to be business to business. So I thought then, I just done a bit of research myself, and I seen that the Board of Trade was there, and I thought, well, this would probably be a good thing that would help me connect with many businesses in a forum that they're perhaps actively wanting to do commerce and to collaborate.
Yeah.
So in 2013 I got involved with it, and then I became a member of the board of directors. I believe it was in 2016 thereabouts.
Cool.
And as a director, and for the last, I guess, three plus years as the role of first vice president of the board.
So you've got a lot of history with the Board of Trade, and you also have a lot of just general experience as a business person, in the area, and you've been involved in a lot of different ventures, it seems like. And so I think you'd be a good person to speak to the landscape of business in Corner Brook overall. And, are there any particular things that you could identify that basically all business operators in Corner Brook might struggle with, or like a very common sort of battles that all business owners are facing today?
Yeah, that is a very relevant question. I think that there's perhaps a misconception out there. We're still going through this pandemic, and on an individual basis and on a personal health basis, it seems like that is behind us and we have good control over it, which is a positive thing.
Yeah.
But there's a latent effect on the business community in our region and in the province, and in the country. But we're basically regional based, and I can certainly testify based on firsthand experience that businesses are suffering. Some are excelling, and that is awesome, and we need more of that. But businesses, by and large, I've had conversations with business owners, and it comes up whether they should remain open or should they close. We had a Crooked Feeder Gastro Pub, and we opened up 6 months prior to the start of the pandemic, and unfortunately, we tried to do things the right way, and it just
uphill battle from the start.
It gets to a point where you as much as you have invested into a business, you got to look at the long-term outcome and viability, and you got to look at what's at the end of that time frame, say a lease or whatnot, what's the least cost option to continue and struggle, or to make that decision. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but in hindsight now, it was the right one. And there are other businesses that are facing that dilemma right now. So I see that. And we have to do everything that we can to help provide them opportunities to survive. And for me, this isn't about what political side one may or may not be on. This position I take serious, and the board takes it serious, that we have to be an advocate for the business community, and have difficult conversations with all levels of government in a professional and respectful manner.
Yeah, the advocacy part of it does seem very important on the surface, because I have had similar chats with business operators around, and I'm hearing that there's struggles, and so I guess I'm not super surprised to hear from your level that a lot of operators are facing similar things. And so what about now, and I guess it's just going back to the gastropub as well, it's just this knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them situation of being able to look at it and be honest with yourself and say, what's the best thing here? And that can be very hard for people, especially when they're maybe operating businesses that their families were running for years, and they have this extra sort of, drive to keep it going or not be the ones to have to let it go. But when the market changes, it changes. And so, what would you say about innovation then in Corner Brook? And, are there any cool things that you've seen on the landscape of Corner Brook businesses, ways that any companies are sort of evolving or taking some unique steps to adapt to the issues in our market?
Well, I think that, businesses, well, certainly when we had the pandemic and we were in the throes of that, curbside pickup was a big thing.
Yeah.
People were looking at adapting that way. But also, like, one of the things that I guess I'll be presenting to the board this evening at a meeting is looking at ways, that we can turn a negative into a positive for local business. So like one of the, you always hear, okay, shop local, which is great, and is what I think that we should all certainly strongly consider it where possible. But we got to be realists as well. So for me, I think that something that I would like for the board to do is look at ways potentially that we can help provide an opportunity for local businesses to, instead of dealing with seeing the online shopping market as an adversary, see it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, why can't local businesses here, why can't they have an online storefront?
Yeah.
And sell the fact that this storefront is owned by someone in the province, someone in your region. So, the many Newfoundlanders in Alberta, perhaps, or thereabouts, they may want to, purchase there.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the revenue is still coming to our region.
Yeah.
So certain things like that, and it might sound silly, but listen, at the end of the day, you gotta look at everything.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't throw an exorbitant amount of money and resources at it, but you got to look at things. Is this something that is plausible? Right?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's brilliant. I mean, yes, we're either going to get squashed by the big global market or we're going to become part of it. And I do think that we do have this unique aspect of our Newfoundland made right here products and services. And there is a global, there's people all around the world who want that, and they can't get it, And I even think about, even just like up at Marble Mountain, for instance, we buy all this merchandise and stuff, and even we don't have a way to sell it online. So we're just now having to make this step forward of so I can only imagine then operations with less resources, how it can be an obstacle. So really cool to hear that, this is something that the Board of Trade could be helping some of these businesses with, is modernizing and providing tools.
At least engage in the discussion.
Yeah.
Let people think, use this as a strength.
Yeah.
Typically you can probably, I haven't done it myself, but you could probably have an Amazon shop open in a day.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
With due diligence and a bit of vetting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And put you have the products there, you have the expertise, you have the passion for it.
Yeah.
Show that, right?
Yeah, and maybe this is the type of speakers and stuff that you can start to target as experts in this field, people who can come in and give a speech on selling your products on Amazon and things like that. So lots of possibility. And Ray, I think you're a great guy to be leading the charge right now. I think you've always been looking a little further down the road in terms of marketing and business development, maybe a little ahead of your time. So I think this is a really cool fit. And I'm happy to see that this has happened. Gian just flashed a light at me, which means we only have a moment left. Any other message that you'd want to say, business-wise, personally, to the listeners all over Western Newfoundland today? Yeah,
I'd just like to say that, if you haven't heard of the Greater Corner Brook Board of Trade, take a few seconds, just Google it, use the Google machine, check us out. We just had a newly elected board of directors. We're going to be, harvesting a new bunch of ideas, and we certainly, embrace dialogue.
Yeah. And
so check us out. Go to the website. If you'd like to become a member, all the information is there. And the greater membership we have, greater voice and advocacy that we can have as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Power in numbers. And thanks so much, Ray, for coming down.
Thanks again, Dustin. Appreciate it.
That was Ray Brake, president of the Greater Corner Brook Board of Trade. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the events of the month. Stay tuned.
My biggest therapy is Mother Nature. When I walk through the woods, I'm seeing a little bit more than just a tree and just a plant. I see what I can do with it. I make medicines and salves from plants and trees. In 2014, I suffered with a heart attack. Since I had my heart attack, obviously there were some Western medications involved. And on top of the Western medication, I have found myself nature-wise, and medicines provided by Mother Nature has helped me a lot. With nature, I have burned sage and sweetgrass. I find that that cleanses the air and, helps you cleanse your body. It also helps me talk to my ancestors. That has helped me through this whole process. I feel responsible as a Mi'kmaq person to help Mother Nature. We look at everything, whether it is a rock or a tree, as life. When I collect my medicines, I'm offering tobacco to thank the plant for the medicine. So the plant will, give me medicine again the following year. It's a part of the big whole. Right now we're standing in the middle of a boreal forest. I can look around, I can see birch trees. Birch tree, for example, there's so many things you can do with that. That is the tree of life. Aboriginal people have used the bark for making canoes, for making shelter, for fire starting. There's a fungus that grows on birch, it's called chaga. I use that for my tea. It's a very, very good all-around tonic. Balsam fir trees, the blisters on those trees actually were used to heal cuts and scrapes. You cut yourself in the woods, the first thing we'll do is put some balsam fir sap on it. Society now is so fast. I think the world really needs to slow down and just enjoy nature and the smells and the sights and sounds. Well, this is where it all started in the beginning, was from our plants, and our animals and that kind of thing. Why not go back to the beginning and get back to our roots again? It's very important for the Mi'kmaq people to embrace native tradition. For many, many years, we were told not to be Aboriginal, and I think now society has embraced Aboriginal peoples, and we should embrace our history in the sense of traditional medicines and traditional foods. I think it's all a part of the culture that we've lost. So now we have an opportunity to reach out and find ourselves again.
Hello, everyone. February is an exciting month here at the Arts and Culture Center. Monday, February 20th, after a 3-year hiatus, I might mention, we are happy to welcome back the Kinsman Variety Show. So, part of the lineup is going to be Mina Lodge with Lloyd and Daryl Perrett, Paul O'Brien, Emma and Ben Peckford, Swing Away, Ron O'Connell, Brian Rousel, Tom Boland with Darren Vincent, Sheldon Power and Wilf Party, Carrie and Chris Wells, Corner Brook Junior High School Band, Earl Hussey, Gary Bennett School of Music, and of course, our favorite, the YMCA Zumba dancers. It's going to be a great night, so come on out as part of Winter Carnival and help us celebrate. Later on that week, Corner Brook Intermediate is back with their production of Annie, featuring students from the school, and it's directed by Ian Locke with musical direction by Katie Barrett. Coming up in March, we have Mountain Music, Alabama, and Chicken Fried Zac Brown Tribute Tour. The blue-collar Southern rock guitar, the fiddle, and all its hits are front and center in this incredible show. On March 3rd, join Labrador City's Tarmageddon. for an evening of original music celebrating the release of their second EP, Dream Logic. Scott Neary, Jen Edwards, and Matt Soper's playful, genre-bending, harmony-rich sound earned them Music and Award nominations for both Alternate Group of the Year and Rising Star of the Year for 2022. Joined now by Chris Mills on bass, Tarmageddon will present a full evening of songs, imagery, and storytelling inspired by Labrador, the seasons, and the surreal. On March 4th, we will have an all-day event with CB Nui Encore, featuring local artists and displays. Stay tuned for details. Coming up on March 7th is Atlantic Jazz Nights, featuring Florian Hefner, Jim Vivian, Leila Bialy, Fabio Ragnelli. Also coming up in March, of course, is the annual Rotary Music Festival, and Graham Academy will be back with their production of Sound of Music. Check out our website for lots more shows, and we'll see you at the show.
Okay, Xi'an 2023, February. Wow, hey? It's a beautiful day out there. It was a nasty one the weekend, so we had our hockey game canceled. We had a bunch of things canceled. Huge volleyball tournament, so we're trying to get that one rescheduled for March. Over 50 teams coming to Corner Brook, so in the studio and throughout the rest of the area, so trying to get that one rescheduled for March. We also lost the U11 tournament, so minor hockey, all the work they did. Not sure if that one can be rescheduled, so that was kind of disappointing. And the Port-aux-Basques game was canceled. So anybody that had tickets for the Port-aux-Basques game on this past Saturday evening, that makeup game is going to be on Friday, March 10th, doors at 7, game at 8. The tickets will be honored for that. If for some reason you cannot make that game, we'll be happy to refund your tickets. So just give us a call here at the box office, and we'll do that. Speaking of the Royals, rough one on Friday up there. Holy smokes. Not sure what's on the go there. But anyway, they're back in town. The Red Wings, the evil Red Wings are back in town on, just kidding. The Red Wings, the rival of the Corner Brook Royals, are back in town on Friday night on the start of Carnival, February 17th, right here at the Civic Center. And then we have another game against Port-aux-Basques on March 3rd. So big game, Winter Carnival, Friday, February 17th. The rivalry has started, and so that's very exciting. We do have a U15 tournament this month, so good luck to all the participants in that for minor hockey. That's the 24th to the 26th. And also on Winter Carnival, we have a U16 volleyball tournament. So over 15 teams traveling across the province for a provincial tournament. Very excited about that. Lots of skating taking place. So if you want to get out, and toddler skate is right now, and adult skates. Lots of skating during the week and on the weekend. So check out our website. Go to us on Facebook. Facebook will also give you all the details on pickleball. So if you want to drop in and try pickleball, then it's a great sport, really taken off. One of the biggest in North America. Tuesdays and Thursdays at lunchtime, Friday and Wednesday evenings and Sunday mornings if you're interested. Basketball for drop-in and volleyball for drop-in has started as well. That's Monday and Friday, 12 to 2. The chili cook-off, Winter Carnival, how can I leave that one out? So down in the studio, the Winter Carnival, all the chefs are getting their ingredients ready now, so that should be a spicy, tasty affair. So if you're interested in getting out that day. Also, here's an interesting one for you, the Association of New Canadians. So we've got a partnership with them, and they're promoting cricket. So if you want to learn how to play cricket, it's free to drop in. February the 11th or February the 25th from 6:30 to 7:30 in the studio. Drop in and learn cricket. I mean, it won't take 3 days. Normal matches are 3 days. However, this is just going to be an hour just to get an introduction, so kind of neat. We also have yoga on Fridays for anybody that's interested at 10 to 11. Seniors Fitness on Monday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30. And Active Tots is twice a week, free of charge, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 11. So lots happening, lots on the go. I hope everyone is staying safe, and yeah, give us a call, drop in, and get out on the track.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
Come to where the land and the spirits are intertwined. Discover a whole new way to see this place. Feel the earth under your feet as you walk the path of our ancestors. Immerse yourself in our traditions. Ours is a culture alive with music, dance, art, nature, and adventure. It's in the air, the water, the sound of the wind in the trees. It's in the stories of our elders and the faces of our children, those with a shared history yet to discover. It's knowing that everything that casts a shadow has a spirit. Everything is alive. See what we see. Experience Malibu.
And that's our show for today. I want to thank Ray Brake for taking the time to come down to our studio and informing us about what the Greater Corner Brook Board of Trade has on the go, and as well to all of our partners in the community for sharing the exciting events they're putting off for us this month. Until next week, thanks for watching West Talk. Have a good one.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
Sometimes, for a wish to come true, it takes a kingdom, because together is stronger. Tied tight, united we stand, in honor of one child's wish, to fuel the fire that will grant many more. Join the kingdom.
Did you have fun? Check this out. It's nice, right?